This pretty woman was allegedly dropped from Christian Dior's Hollywood wish list in 2006 because she wasn't famous enough. That's quite a turnaround of events for an actress who in 2003 commanded a salary of $25 million for her role as a feminist teacher in Mona Lisa's Smile. That salary made Julia Roberts the highest-paid female film star of all time. But at the peak of her career, it also signaled her last hurrah as a leading actress, before becoming pregnant with twins Hazel Patricia and Phineas Walter. Since then, she and cameraman husband Danny Moder have been jealously guarding the privacy of their family, dividing their time between homes in New York, New Mexico, Malibu, and California. Julia's dedication to raising her young family kept her off the big screen for 2 years, although she did lend her voice to 2 animated features in 2006. She also managed to get out of the house to make her theatrical debut in the Broadway play 3 Days of Rain.
It was just a great opportunity, and I was up for the challenge and available. A beautiful play and a great director, and these guys are fantastic, and it just all came together perfectly.
Unfortunately, the critics were less than effusive, and her performance was generally poorly received. After giving birth to Henry Daniel in June 2007, she was ready to remind film fans why she still held the paycheck record for a female film star. In Charlie Wilson's War, she was delighted to make her big screen comeback opposite Tom Hanks.
Fantastic. I mean, I'm just looking at him across the way. He's so dreamy and sweet and honest and good, and I just adore him. I really do.
For the film's director, Mike Nichols, casting Julia was a no-brainer.
Well, I have to have her in any picture whenever I can get her, because no one is more alive or beautiful and a better actress. You forget what a great actress she is because she's so wonderful to look at. But she's everything, and her biggest attribute, I think, is her intelligence.
And at the 2007 Cinematheque Awards, it was clear that while the fickle world of fashion may have forgotten her, the film industry certainly hadn't.
So to review...
As she turned out to receive her Career Achievement Award, her colleagues were queuing up to heap on the praise.
Well, I tell you, the thing with Julia is what you think you see is what you get. And that's really what it comes to. It translates on the big screen. She's very vulnerable. She's very open in every moment. Whatever you throw at her, she's gonna bounce back.
Pretty Woman director Gary Marshall reflected on her performance in the film that made her a household name back in 1991.
At first, we hoped she worked out, but after a few weeks with Richard Gere and the crew and everybody knew it was going to be special. When everybody comes to your dailies, you got a special girl.
For the special girl herself, it was just an excuse to frock up and catch up with old friends.
Just a great night out with a lot of really nice people all dressed up and fantastic.
Hey, it's Gigi Hadid. For more videos like this, click here.
It's been 30 years since the Julia Roberts and Richard Gere iconic film Pretty Woman. It released in theaters on March 23, 1990. Roberts played a prostitute named Vivian who falls in love with a serious and stoic businessman, Edward Lewis, after he asks her to keep him company for 6 days. The film has managed to win hearts all over the world in many years since its release and is still a delight to watch today. But there's a lot that went on behind the scenes and on the set of the 1990 film that many fans don't know. Here are some fun facts you probably didn't know about Pretty Woman before today. And number 10, Gere's big piano piece. Turns out more than just a jewelry box scene, Gere made another major contribution to Pretty Woman. Apparently, the piano piece that Edward plays in the film was composed by the actor himself, and he was also, rather obviously, playing the keys himself. Number 9, Gere wasn't impressed. Turns out, Gere didn't think Pretty Woman would become the success that it did because he found the script dull even when he signed on to play the leading man. Gere revealed in an interview, "It was a silly little script, and when it came to me, the part was a suit. It was like, put someone in the suit, basically." Guess he couldn't have been more glad to be wrong. Number 8. Gere's big improv moment. Do you remember the adorable jewelry box scene in Pretty Woman when Edward jokes with Vivian by snapping the jewelry box on her hand just as she's about to touch the neck piece? Turns out that was an improvisation on Gere's part. Director Marshall told Entertainment Tonight the story of that moment in 2012, saying, "I said, Richard, you gotta wake her up a little, so when she reaches for the box, slam it." Number 7. The red dress. The iconic red gown that Vivian wears to her opera date with Edward was actually going to be a black number, but reportedly, costume designer Marilyn Vance pushed for Vivian's dress to be red instead of black, and look how that turned out. Number 6. Actresses almost cast as Vivian. Vivian's role was a heavily coveted part, and everyone from Sandra Bullock to Drew Barrymore and from Madonna to Meg Ryan were up for the part. Even Molly Ringwald, known for starring in The Breakfast Club, almost got cast as Vivian, but she revealed in April 2012 that she turned the part down because she felt it was Roberts' part all along. Number 5. The original pair. While we can't see it any other way than having Roberts and Gere playing the lead couple of the film, director Gary Marshall apparently had Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer in mind as the leads for Pretty Woman. In an interview, the screenwriter Lawton said that Pacino and Pfeiffer's casting could have helped keep the film closer to the original dark and gritty script, but the whole vision for the film changed with Gere and Roberts' inclusion and their palpable chemistry. But Pacino did actually read opposite Roberts before turning the role down. Number 4. The poster secret. You've seen the iconic poster of Pretty Woman with Roberts and Gere standing back to back. But did you know that the woman in the poster is not actually Roberts herself? Yup. Turns out, Roberts' body double posed for the iconic poster shot, and the actress's head was later photoshopped onto it. Number 3. The original ending. Like Disney changed the tone of the film, did you know that Disney also changed the ending for Pretty Woman? Vivian and Edward weren't meant to end up together in the original script. Former studio head of Disney, Jeffrey Katzenberg, revealed in March 2017 that the ending was a whole lot darker. He said, "As a script, Pretty Woman was an R-rated movie about a hooker on Hollywood Boulevard. By the way, in the original version, it's pretty dark. I think she died of an overdose." Well, yikes. Number 2. The original plot. Pretty Woman wasn't written as a feel-good fairy tale romance to begin with. The film was meant to be a dark drama where Vivian is a drug addict and not a prostitute. However, when Disney got involved with the production, they changed the tone of the film to make it more palatable to the audiences. Number 1. The original title. Did you know that Pretty Woman wasn't the first choice as the title of the film? Turns out, back when the film was a more serious affair than a fairy tale romance, the film was titled $3,000, which is the amount that Edward paid Vivian to spend 6 days with him. How many of these facts did you know? Let us know in the comment section below.
Hi, I'm Cara Delevingne. Please don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right here. Boop.